Alright, welcome to the first video on this new channel. I'm going to be making a lot of Valorant content on here, hopefully. As long as I keep making the content, which is kind of my issue with other channels, but that's not needed. But today I'll be talking about Redbull Homegrounds, which was a tournament that happened relatively recently. I'm kind of making this video late, but I wanted to make a good recap. I'm only going to talk about the playoff teams in this because there weren't really good VODs for Focus and what was the other team? Footballist. I could have just scrolled up here, look at that, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'll talk about the group stage for some of the teams. Like I watched it when it live, but I'm not gonna go back and watch a live stream that's flipping between multiple games. So yeah, but first team, 100 Thieves, who won the event. Made me very happy as a fan of that team and a lot of the players. But they struggled early to figure out Heretic's Ascent comp, but they ended up losing that map too. But I was initially worried that they'd miss Sean because like his timeouts were an integral part of their run at LCQ and Champions. They're also getting caught out by a lot of like individual plays and like losing a lot of clutches early. But I think they eventually figured that out. As long as with Cryo struggling early, like they didn't play well, like up to expectations in their first few games, but I think they ultimately settled in, like Cryo did. He dropped 35 against Liquid, and other than that, like when they got to the playoffs, Asuna and Bang had really great tournaments. Stellar was really performing as an individual, which is kind of a theme for me over this past year, where these IGLs, like especially the NA ones, like Stellar and FNS mainly was my main one, have been getting a lot better as individuals. And Vanity was like one of the best smokes players at LCQ. Like, I don't know. I don't think IGLs are going to be that terrible as individuals this year. But Derek played okay. I don't. It wasn't like best initiator in NA or even close to that. I don't think. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. He wasn't like placement worthy or anything, but I think he could do better, and I think he will do better. That's not up to his standard from last year, where he was winning every clutch basically. But honestly, with Stellar, not just the um, individual stuff. I know it's not like a super important tournament or anything, or Cloud9's in any danger of being bad, I guess. It's probably my best way of saying it, but I think Stellar's past Vanity is my second best IGL in NA. I think it's FNS, then him, then Vanity, and then probably like Def or something. I didn't really think about it. But yeah, I walked out of this tournament feeling very good about 100 Thieves being the best team in NA right now, and I don't think NRG will pass them or Sentinels. I'm overall, from what I've seen, fairly low on both of those teams. I think, especially Sentinels, I think NRG will be fine. I don't think, I think they could contend for some titles, but I doubt it. I think they need to, like, if they had Marv instead of Som, that they would be the best team in NA for me. They'd be better than Cloud9. Or Cloud9 was before this tournament. I think 100 Thieves are over Cloud9 now. But obviously, as we just talked about, Cloud9, they struggled early, obviously, as 100 Thieves did, as both NN teams did, like I just said. Kind of repeating myself because I'm not good at talking. But they struggled early. They lost their opening game to Focus, which was an interesting feeling. I mean, from what I saw, like I only saw little clips because I was mainly paying attention to the 100 Thieves game, but it looked like they were just like throwing, really. Like, or I think there was one time where I saw Ye like try to jump through the Omen one way on Ascent A main with an op out, which was stupid on attack. That was, and then there was a bind round. I don't know if it was against Focus or not, but Vanity had a frenzy. I think it was on their bonus. He like just ran at elbow with his knife out while the bomb was down, which was interesting. It was like a 1v4 though, so it wasn't like bad. But obviously, a big talking point with this team was them tweeting out a video of MC. I think it was MC. I didn't watch the video. It was, I knew it was a troll, knowing Vanity and the other Cloud9 guys. But they said that Ye was IGL, which he wasn't, as he said, as or multiple times in a tweet. He said it on stream, and then it was confirmed by Sideshow, where I was like 100% sure that it wasn't, on Platchat Valorant, which is an amazing podcast. Go listen to that. They just had a video on Wednesday, but yeah, he wasn't himself. Ye wasn't himself. He wasn't like, I mean, he was amazing still. Like, he had some great moments and everything, but he wasn't like consistent demon hitting literally every op shot kind of thing. But Leaf and Zeppo were very good. Even with Leaf's like role change, I still think he looked very good. Obviously, there were some troll moments like in Icebox, he kept just going across the rope on defense, which was kind of weird. And there was a round on Bind against 100 Thieves where he just walked through the Viper ult that, like, walked through his own Viper ult and peeked and just died to cryo, I think it was. So, but I don't know. I think he was fine. Zeppo was, or I think he was really good, which a lot of people thought he wasn't really good. So, and also his raise looked insane. I think he's one of the best raises in the world and has been. And then Zeppa was also pretty good on the initiator, which I was kind of worried about. That was my main worry point, and also like Celsius. But yeah, they were both very good. The rest of the team, not really. I think Vanity struggled a little bit more than I thought. With, as I said, I think he was one of the best performing smokes players at LCQ last year. So I don't know. And then the last Americas team, I am talking about the EMEA teams, don't worry, was Crew. They played with a sub. So there isn't a ton to take away. But I thought Xand, Jean I swear I heard someone say Jean last year at Champs, but maybe I'm wrong. Was pretty good, but as expected, they looked way worse than the old roster. I don't understand how you let Kesnet leave, especially letting him leave to go to Leviathan, where he might not even start, which is kind of weird. I don't know what the hell they're doing with those roles, bro. Just play Kesnet and Taco. Don't do a 6-man for love. Yeah, you'd hope they look better when Mauser gets back, Crew. But other than that, I don't really have a ton to take away. Other than Xand look good. And then on to EMEA, the worst of the two regions. It was a joke. Obviously, they didn't send their best teams, but I thought Vitality looked very good. I thought they were the best EMEA team in this tournament. Their placement would dictate. I thought they were being underrated going into the tournament. I thought they were being underrated when their team was built. And they definitely were. The Bone Cold IGL looked really good, especially in the game against 100 Thieves on Pearl, where they were just running around on attack. I don't know. That makes it seem very simple, and that the IGLing wasn't good, but you get what I mean. Yeah, they hung in there against 100 Thieves, man. They took him to the limit on Pearl, and then actually, what was this? I don't even remember the score of the other map, or even what it was. Fracture. That wasn't close, but I thought they looked very good. I thought Twiston's performance was a little overrated by the community, but was still very good and has a lot of potential to be a top duelist in EMEA. And then Sender and Molesy were also very impressive for me, I think. I wasn't really familiar with those two players. Destrian looked okay. I don't think he was anything amazing, but obviously you're not going to have 5 amazing players and then not be rated very highly. But yeah, I had them like easily top half. maybe, or no, I almost just said probably top 12. I almost said top 15, which would also be top half of just all franchise teams. So I thought they were pretty good. And then on to Heretics, the next place in the MEA team. They looked awful. I hated watching their games, but they won games somehow. So it's like a map off 100 Thieves. But yeah, it was much worse than their performance in the Indian Invitational, where they played against like Paper Rex, and I don't even remember who else was in that, where they looked pretty competitive against them in that tournament. But this one brought the expectations way back down to earth, like where I thought they would be. And they're playing bad comps. They're playing like I think it was Phoenix, Raynon, Haven, or something like that with Astra too, which I'm a big Astra simp, but I don't think she's good on that map. I mean, speaking of their Astra, Vova looked really good, and that was the only bright spot for that team. Mixwell looked worse than he has in the past. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, they just kept pushing on defense and overextending on post plants and just getting caught out by better teams like Vitality, who they ended up losing to. And then the last team that I wanted to talk about at all was Team Liquid, who was playing with two subs. Not a ton to speak about because they're playing without their IGL and probably their best player, but as I'm going to talk about, not entirely sure. Like they were playing Phoenix on Bind, and they were playing double duelist Phoenix. And then, I mean, yeah, the only takeaway that there is to have, as I was going to say, was that Yampi looked very good, especially against 100 Thieves. But on Ascent, like that was insane. Let me see. Team Liquid, 100 Thieves game, Ascent. Yeah, he dropped 30. Brought and won the map for them, basically. And then Cryo just did the other thing. The same thing the other way. So yeah, they were playing Jet Phoenix. They played, let's see, what else did they play? That's just not the right button. Crew. Yeah, Bind. Yeah, see, like, but, so yeah, that's it. That's all the teams I needed to talk about, really. I felt the need to talk about it, at least, because Focus isn't franchised, but probably isn't good. See how'd they do against Heretics. Okay. I mean, they did okay. Yeah, there's no bots. Which, this was my issue with that. I don't know. I didn't like how the tournament was run with the, like, I didn't mind the all games at the same time, but, like, if they had a bunch of different things at the same time, like, if they had, like, 3 different streams of the games, I think that would have been good. But, alas, they did not. So, that's my recap of Redbull Homeground. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably going to try to make more videos. We'll see. I might make a power rankings of like each region or something like that. Maybe a tier list of the teams after. I'll probably do a tier list after the Ludwig Tarek Invitational because there's going to be actual teams there. I could do a tier 2 recap. I might do a tier 2 rankings. I'm just thinking this live on the spot. So yeah, I'll do a tier 2 teams rankings as they're all getting announced, like TSM, M80. I don't even know how to say that. I'm going to be honest. I think it's M80. Like that's what Xander said on stream. And yeah, there's other teams obviously, but I'll rank those, and that'll probably be a video coming out in a few days. And I'll see when I get this uploaded. So yeah, peace until then. I don't even have the channel made at this point. I'm going to be honest. So bye.